on my IVF journey for about a year and a half. My total fertility journey has been 12 years. I know, a long time, but we really had no control over it. Our insurance wouldn't cover fertility treatments for a very long time. Just in the recent year and a half or so, they decided to cover fertility treatments, so we jumped at the chance. So we've been doing that. And during this time, I have been inspired to help others. And I'm not a nurse or a doctor, and I don't want to be, and I don't want to go back to school for anything. And I thought the next best thing was to document my journey. I haven't documented it a whole lot, but I am going to, from here on in, or however you want to say that. What I want this channel to be about is obviously infertility. I also have Hashimoto's, so maybe I will add videos about that. Maybe hobbies. Let's start with how I got to IVF. It was about maybe in September of 2019, I started having heavy bleeding. And it was discovered I had a fibroid. And at the time it was discovered, it was 6 centimeters. And the doctor at the time, he was a new OBGYN. Mine had left the practice. I loved him. I was sad. And I was so nervous to meet this new one, and the experience didn't go so well. First, I had questions about my thyroid, and I know he's only an OBGYN, and you know, they only take care of you when you're pregnant. But I like, you know, our fertility is just more than our reproductive system. It's our whole health, our whole body. And he dismissed me when I asked him about my thyroid levels. He's like, those aren't responsible for what you're feeling. Depression, fatigue, just a whole bunch of other crazy symptoms. And he just dismissed me and said, that's not it. You're depressed. Go, get up, move. Pretty much. That's what he insinuated. He's like, I get up, I go do this, I go do that. I'm like, I thought to myself, well, you're probably a 30-something, 40-something-year-old male who doesn't have Hashimoto's. But when it all came down to it, I also saw an endocrinologist, a regular endocrinologist. And she also, you know, you would think they would know what they were doing just by looking at you, but it took 3 visits to figure out I was being over-medicated, and that's what was causing my crazy symptoms. So anyway, back to the fibroid. He was giving me, he was examining me, and he's like, you have an enlarged uterus. There's a fibroid in there. First acted like it was a big deal. Then later on told me it was no big deal. And then I didn't think anything of it. You know, he told me it was no big deal. But my intuition was like, I don't want it in there. Get it out. So I saw, I think, 2 more OBGYNs and a midwife. Yeah. And they took it a little more serious. They're like, you gotta go see a reproductive endocrinologist. My heavy bleeding continued, backaches, and other symptoms that come with fibroids. So yeah, so I tried to pursue that, and then obviously COVID hit, so that got derailed a little bit. And then, was it this summer? The next summer, I visited another OBGYN, and she was like, no, that fibroid's going quite big. At this time, it grew to 12 centimeters. So it was growing rapidly. What else? Yeah, it was growing rapidly. Sorry. So she recommended me to the clinic I am at now, to my reproductive endocrinologist. We met over Zoom. We talked about my situation, and he recommended that I have a open myomectomy. So I did that. So yeah, that's what led me to IVF, was my fibroid. Now, fast forward to today, I've had my egg retrieval. I also have low AMH, so we were only able to get 4 eggs. Those all 4 fertilized, 3 made it to blastocyst, and 2 came back healthy from testing. What else did I want to talk about? So our embryos are frozen right now. I have been waiting for transfer. I've had 3 canceled. Currently, right now, I don't know why, but my period is really late. I took a pregnancy test, just in case. You never know, stranger things have happened. That was negative. So I made an appointment with my clinic for Monday. Today is Friday. So we're gonna see what's going on, and hopefully we get to do a transfer soon. Let's see. So like I said, yes, I want to be a support system for others. I want them to feel less alone. I know Facebook groups can be great for support, but lately I just feel like I'm not receiving the support I need, and I can kind of get lost in the shuffle, because I'm in groups where there's like a large amount of members, and I just feel like my stuff gets lost, and I wanted to help others who felt the same. And sometimes in writing, your point can get lost. So I thought maybe documenting it in video, seeing someone going through the same thing would help others. And if you can't tell, I'm kind of like new to this and camera shy, so I also wanted to get out of my comfort zone and do something creative. And we'll see how this goes. I know this is probably a short video, but it's basically just an intro. Maybe leave down in the comments what you would like to see. Maybe some tips, on what you would like to see. Till then, bye, and stay positive. But also, if you have a bad day, that's okay too. Bye, till next time.